Good day, my little Robins. It's me, Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from me here on this channel. And today I'm bringing you guys my monthly wrap-up. The month of March is come and gone. We are officially at the start of April, so I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I have watched and listened to the month of March. These videos are pretty self-explanatory. Before I begin, if you want to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into this monthly March wrap-up. Is the music portion of this video, and the first album or mini album I want to talk about is Glory Glory to the World by Love Bites, which released on the 10th of March. I reacted to the single Glory to the World here on the channel, and holy hell has this song, in my opinion, like, Love Bites just keep getting better and better with each new song they put out, but with like between the angelic vocals and like that like intense instruments, the guitars and the drums, this band have kind of elevated themselves in like metal or power metal greatness. Up next is an album which I have slept on for a very long time. It is Unfinished by Unlucky Morpheus. This was released August 2020, and this album got me back into enjoying Unlucky Morpheus. I listened to them, like a few of their songs, and I thought, okay, maybe it's not for me with all the other Japanese bands I'm listening to. But I reacted to the single Top of the M on the channel, and like with Love Bites, holy hell has this got me like reinvested in Unlucky Morpheus. And kind of like Love Bites, Unlucky Morpheus are just showing that bands in the West really need to step up their game, because Japan is just pumping out gem after gem. This album is like the perfect mixture of light and dark and is a must listen to for any fan. The last song that I have been obsessed with the month of March, well ever since it was released, is Heaven Can Wait by George Reagan. That's right, we are talking Johnny Three Tears from Hollywood Undead has got his solo side project, and wow, this song is just so intense and it packs a punch start to finish, and it kind of shows that why George has probably the best like emotional range out of like the other vocalists in Hollywood Undead, because at moments it's like melodic, emotional, like I said, it packs a punch, and you just can't stop listening to it. And I am really excited to see like what George releases next, because you really can't judge a solo project on one song. I know Hollywood Undead have got music in the works, and I'm not surprised, you know, that one of them decides to do a solo project. Hollywood Undead has pretty much 5 vocalists, so they could all do solo projects on top of Hollywood Undead, and I wouldn't mind, because you can never get enough of Hollywood Undead. Next up is the TV I have been watching the month of March, and we're going to kick this off with RuPaul's Drag Race Season 2 UK, which had its finale, which crowned Lawrence Chaney as well the winner of Season 2. He deserved the win, but I will always be Team Bimini, because, you know, from start to finish, Bimini just continuously was a nice queen who kind of bought it every week, you know, on the runway. So congratulations, Lawrence. But Bimini, you were the rightful winner, and Twitter kind of agreed, but I'm not taking anything away from Lawrence. I've also rediscovered CSI Cyber. Now, I watched this when it first came out in 2015, and now that I've got back into it, I am still just as mad that this got cancelled, because I'm a massive fan of like the CSI like franchise. Okay, minus New York. I could not get into New York, but my mum loved New York, so I'll kind of off-balance New York. CSI Cyber, when it came out in 2015, for me personally, it came out too early. If it came out now, like, what, 2019, 2020, 2021, with like all the fear surrounding like technology, the internet, like AI, hacking, the show probably would have got more than like 2 seasons. I am so annoyed that the show got cancelled, but then I'm also glad that I found it again, because it's a great CSI show that it was cancelled too soon. If you haven't checked it out, or you didn't even know it existed, check out CSI Cyber if you were a fan of, well, the CSI franchise like I am. On to Discovery Plus. I am still watching Ghost Adventures because there are a lot of episodes and a lot of seasons, but I found 2 new paranormal shows to watch, and that is Hotel Paranormal and Paranormal Night Shift. The first one, Hotel Paranormal, is kind of going to make me question every time I stay in a hotel, because I'm going to be like, is it haunted? And well, the Night Shift one, it's kind of based in workplaces, and then as soon as it goes dark and the night shift starts, That's when the ghouls and spirits come out to play. What can I say? I am a sucker for paranormal shows, and Discovery Plus is kind of feeding my addiction. The final TV show that I actually binged 5 seasons of is the comedy Superstore on Netflix. I can relate to this show because I work in a supermarket here in England, and there are certain situations, yes, they're very over exaggerated in the show, but certain situations I can be like, oh, I've been through something similar, or another member of staff have been through something similar. So it's kind of nice to have a show that's like, yes, I can get behind, because I work in retail, you deal with annoying customers, you deal with management, you deal with a lot of crap in retail, and this show is criminally underrated. More people need to watch it. The 5 seasons are currently on Netflix, and I'm really sad because I believe season 6 is going to be its final season. Fingers crossed that it gets picked up, because it deserves a lot more attention. If you like comedy and you want to know about working in a retail environment, then go and watch Superstore. I really need to read more books, because the month of March I only read 1 book, and it was Chasing Spirits, The Building of the Ghost Adventures Crew by Nick Groff. Nick Groff was, a paranormal investigator on Ghost Adventures for years until he left. He's done a few of his own shows which I have fallen in love with. Paranormal Lockdown, I was obsessed and binged that series. This is a really interesting book for not just Nick Groff fans but also Ghost Adventure fans, and it kind of makes me want to go back and watch particular episodes when Nick was still in the show, because it gives great insight. And you can clearly tell that there was a lot of love between Nick, Zach and Aaron back in the days, not so much now. But this book is an interesting read, and I picked it up because I'd read the couple of Zach books that had been released, and this came up on my Amazon recommendation, and I picked it up and I'm not disappointed. Like I said, this book is for any fans of Ghost Adventures or Nick Groff. If you're interested in what manga I have read the month of March, then you can check out my March manga haul. I will leave a link at the end of this video so you can go and check it out. Now onto anime. I have watched 2 animes the month of March. The first one is The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Season 1. I don't know why I have slept on this series. It has constantly been on my watch list, but after watching it I was like, oh damn, it's really good. And I found myself going back to 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross because they did a collaboration, and I've been leveling up the characters from the anime that I got in that game, because now I can actually understand who they are as a character, and I kind of have more reason to use them in 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. But yeah, slimes, yes, perfect. And the second anime is Moriarty the Patriot. I think it was last year I put the manga in one of my manga hauls, and at that point only a couple of episodes of the anime had come out. Yes, we are talking Moriarty from the Sherlock Holmes franchise, except this anime and manga is focused on him and his little band of crew and the criminal underworld, and there's puzzle solvings. It is also very violent, bloody, gory, which is what I would expect from a Moriarty anime. And I can't get enough, so yeah. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and Moriarty the Patriot were the 2 animes that I binged the month of March. The final category is games, and my biggest obsession only came out on the 26th of March here in England, and that was Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I am obsessed with farming sims. Yes, I know the history that these are the original creators of Harvest Moon, except that they can't have the Harvest Moon name, so they changed it to Story of Seasons. I'm obsessed with Harvest Moon and farming sims, and there's something about the characters and how much heart and soul they have in this game. And you're always looking forward to the interactions with town folk to try and boost tourism to your little island, and also the way you interact with the love interests. Just a heads up, you can marry both genders, no matter what gender you pick, which is a really big deal in these kind of games, because it's just showing, that they're taking the modern step forward. Even though I'm playing a girl, I intend to marry Damon because I love a bad boy in a leather jacket. I have a feeling he's going to have a heart of gold, and I'm going to have completely misjudged him. But yeah, I'm Team Damon all the way, and I'm grinding those coffee beans to make him some coffee because my little blonde boy needs his coffee. Yes, just like my love of RPGs, I love grinding and leveling up, and well, farming sims, I like grinding so my farm looks pretty. Yeah, Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I know they also did like a remake of Friends of Mineral Town from the Game Boy Advance, which was probably my all-time favourite Harvest Moon game, so I do intend to pick that up hopefully the month of April. And finally, I have got into Apex Legends on the Nintendo Switch. That is right, I'm not that good. I've only played a few matches. I think I've won a couple of times with my squad. I think as of recording this video, I've only got one confirmed kill, and that was more so me just running at random, seeing someone already wounded on the floor, took a shot at him, killed him, and then just ran off, and then happened to bring their party to my party, and there was a bit of a shoot-off, but we won. Yes. I definitely think for me those shooter games, it takes a while to get into, and especially once I get the hang of my Pro Controller, hopefully I can improve my ranking in Apex Legends. But yeah, that just wraps up my monthly March wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. In the comments below, I'd love to know some of the favourite things that you guys have done the month of March. TV shows, movies, music, video games, anime, manga. Go for it in the comments below. Let's just wrap up this video before I continue to ramble. If you want to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last two videos or playlist depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I am Beth. Keep reading, watching, listening, whatever. Goodbye.